Hi guys, I'm Adam, and today I'll be going over the intuition behind different production methods. So, looking on this diagram, it actually has two separate sections: process characteristics and customization and volume. So let's first look at the process characteristics section. So notice that on the y-axis over here, it actually labels each process to a single set of flexibility index. Basically, how flexible is the process along the diagonal. So basically, as we move down here, the flexibility of the process actually decreases, moving from the most flexible from the job process to the most inflexible, which is the continuous flow process. And let's then look at the x-axis over here. It starts from the low volume to the highest production volume. And in terms of customization, a job process actually had the highest customization of products, while on the right corner, the continuous flow process actually has the least customization. So let's moving on and dive straight into each individual process. So looking here on the left side of this diagonal is the job process. So when we think about job process, we usually think about designing a house for a celebrity. Like for instance, like if we are designing a house for Beyonce, then probably she will want a different house than LeBron James. So like each time you design a house for a celebrity, you will have to change based on the things that the celebrity told you. Like for instance, they want to include 20 swimming pools, or do they would rather have 10 concert halls, or whatever things that they wish to have. So it's totally different when each star tell you or give you orders. So it will be totally different depending on the specification given by the customers. So that is basically job process. So it's low volume. Usually it's only one at a time, and it's very flexible because you can add whatever things that the customers wish to have. And then moving on to the second section, which is called the batch process. When we think about batch process, we usually think about a bakery. So like in a bakery, it'll probably produce sugary cookies, or like brownies, or chocolate cookies, a different sort of cookies. So in a batch process, so the cookies will be produced in batches, which will contain probably multiple products, but it probably won't have like huge volume. It will only be able to fill like a couple boxes. So that's basically batch process, which is in between job process and the line process, continuous process, which has a sort of a middle, medium size volume, and also kind of the medium flexibility. So moving on to the final portion, which is line process and continuous process. And actually, there are not much of a difference between line process and continuous flow process. In those processes, you usually only produce like a single product. So there's basically no flexibility in these two. That could probably involve a couple products in the line process, but as far as we're concerned, we'll probably just talk about one product. So you can see in the picture, the example would be a car assembly line. So in the car assembly line, the process will not be moving extremely quickly as compared with the oil refinery, or another example will be the factory of Coca-Cola, the mega factory. So when we think about a slight difference between line process and continuous flow process, will be that there are a relatively long time interval in between each phase of the car assembly. So it takes a bit of time to move from one stage of assembly to the another stage. So there is sort of like time interval in between. However, in continuous flow process, is basically seamless production flows. Like in the mega factory, the Coca-Cola factory will probably have a can of Coke just flowing seamlessly along the production line. So that will be the difference. And continuous flow process, you usually connect it with mega factory, or another term will be mass production is basically associated with that term as well. So that's basically it for today, and thank you guys. See you next time.